So just goes back to allow people to be sad, to be tired, to be mentally or emotionally exhausted without making it about you. Yeah. But yeah.
Like, for example, your overthinkers. Utlaba a create scenario, like if maybe you were talking to them and then abarata reaction how or whatever. So yeah, na ali one, they will come to a conclusion where this and that happened because of, they create their own conclusion and badule kayona, of which the sad part is not always correct.
Welcome to EmoteCast. Feel deeper.
Hello, family. Welcome to another episode of EmoteCast. My name is Lesedi Matebula, your aspiring psychologist and host, and I'm with my lovely co-host.
Hello, Lesedi. Hello, everyone. My name is Sophie Setole, your life coach, relationship coach, and a passionate motivational speaker. I'm from Better You, but I'm also a co-host here at EmoteCast. How are you doing, my lady?
I'm good, thanks. And how are you?
I'm great, thank you.
This is the beginning of loving yourself. Welcome home.
Thank you.
Yeah, Tara in the building. Welcome.
Welcome. Okay, so the topic of today is the art of not taking everything personally. No. So, I don't know if it's ever happened to you, but you notice how your mood changes based on someone's reaction or what they said, or maybe they take a while to respond. No. Come quote the so no. It's a definite no.
I'm focusing and trying to think at the same time.
You've never. I think most of us have, where maybe someone else's behavior rubs off on you the wrong way and it affects you unintentionally, like how aware until man before motatleira ntwesone ke le shapo no bona ke sere byang so it can be maybe the way they typed a certain message or the way how arabileng ka teng or maybe ntse bolela go ga sfatlhego I don't know, but yeah, so I have experienced that. Yeah, quite a number of times.
So how do you deal with that?
I don't know.
Yeah,
How did you deal with it when it happened?
Like, sometimes I just mize it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see what I'm talking, but it's a da. Because if Kabulela and then in most cases I'm gonna ask unless it's after. Bless you.
Thank you.
Unless it's after, and then I'm like, but why so finang hoilas for the time? And then maybe maybe it's something I said, and then I go back to what I was talking about. I'm like, nah, it can't be. So ikaba ing, gets what that, and then if it's something maybe I overanalyze. If maybe Sheila was there, get Sheila. Did you see Sophie like, am I overreacting? Or yeah, and then just let it be. And then if it's through text, it's hard. But I overanalyze. Nah. Moto hancha type okay, so maybe taking with it saying or in say okay, no katabana go sana ke bilelele no re ke mono re then if at the office ke tlo mozana when something's wrong, what's wrong? Why nothing's wrong, why ha ka bona ma bana type it yeah, things like that.
So at the end you do confront the person?
Sometimes. Most of the times, yeah. Okay. Not always. Yeah, I think it just depends. If you know, I'm not to file okay. Clever sharp. But if we have a relationship, you get low booty, something's wrong, and then in that way, I can shine with whatever my mind tells me. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the first subtopic is, why do we take things so personally? I think it's a human thing.
Yes, it is. Human beings don't like being uncertain, or they don't like being hanged without answers. So, what a human being will do naturally, they will create their own conclusion.
Scenarios, yeah.
Yeah, like for example, your overthinkers. Utlaba a create the scenario, like if maybe you were talking to them and then about that reaction ya how or whatever. So yeah, na ali one, they will come to a conclusion or this and that happened because of they create their own conclusion and badule kayona, of which the sad part it's not always correct. I don't want to look anywhere because I don't want to say that I'm been naming people or give overthinkers.
Well, nakamo level.
Let me come level.
Yeah, waramu level. Araba. Wena waramu level. Okay. So, signs that we take things personally could be delayed replies, which change your mood.
Yeah.
Someone's tone shifting and then you immediately overthink. Feeling emotionally affected before knowing the truth. So the way you said, you create scenarios and then you run with it. Replaying conversations repeatedly. However, I don't think so, because sometimes maybe I'm not taking things personally when I replay conversations.
You said something earlier on, Ware, when you see someone maybe frowning or doing a facial expression as in sharp, you go back on your own and recheck what were you saying, and then does that necessarily mean or it qualifies for them to react in that way? Or no? So that's why I asked, do you go back to them and ask now? When you can say no, but then it can be a yes. Like it can qualify for them to have that specific reaction. So it's only fair that you ask them, when I said this and that, I am not sharp or why you understand? Hey, when I conclude only one, no, they cannot be frowning over that, because now the way you said it and how you said it and whatever that was said could be one of the things that I reacted like that. And remember, we cannot decide for who by react over situations. It can be nothing going, but it can be a big deal. Yes,
for sure, always. Okay. And then the brain hates uncertainty. You said it. As human beings, we hate uncertainty. Clock it. Yeah. So our mind fills in blanks when we don't have answers. He said that. And then sometimes it happens that we assume the worst case scenarios. Yeah. Anxiety creating fake certainty. So yeah, anxiety just goes with overthinking.
Nah, I don't say anything. But yeah, all I can say is I relate. That's all.
You relate?
Yeah, thing is obvious. Okay, I agree. Guys didn't say you want to name, but
what did we say?
you guys don't want to name who's an overthinker.
Yes, that's what we said.
But I think being an overthinker, because I am an overthinker.
Oh, okay.
I would say it's hard actually about to say, or let's say an example of seeing someone a frown on top You're gonna think about it maybe the whole day, like, hey man, what did I go wrong?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna think of the most worst case scenarios. That's always so I just relate to that. Yeah.
But really, what is the easiest thing to do?
To do what?
In that case where you seeing them frowning and then you go and overthink the worst.
You ask them.
Simple.
Yeah.
Not.
No, okay. It also depends on what I think also in terms of like relationship. How close are you?
Yeah.
Is your colleague or whatever, or maybe it's someone already. And okay, let me just say we're doing a business pitch, right? And then my lady, more paneling was like 4 people.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't ask them, hey, why we're not frown, and then why is this one smiling? And then on your way home, oh, what did I say? Yo, did I do the things right?
Yeah.
Did I miss what? Yeah.
But do you think you can ask them if they have questions? Maybe during the pitch, somewhere, I get you pause a little bit and say, is there questions? Looking at the one that made a facial expression, you can do that.
Yeah.
So you give them a platform instead of we're not the femoral or we high and wonder why were they frowning? Because you might end up not getting an answer. And maybe had you asked, no, I'm thinking about what you said, or I didn't know what you just mentioned, then it puts you at ease.
Yeah.
So it's always best even to ask.
Okay, yeah. Understood.
Okay. Then another one is emotional reactions beginning before facts. Another one, self-worth and emotional security. So in most cases, personally, I give it self-worth and emotional security. I think you must also know where you stand. In terms of, people will always have their opinions, like you always say, and you can't change the way someone sees something, right? So if someone and then only the opinions are high about e.g. short girls, or not all short girls,
Short girls, Gwen.
yeah, I'm short.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could have said I'm short. So maybe I know fit like all short girls are short, or only whatever stigma naling son. I'm not gonna take it personally, because maybe like opinion high or whatever. So I'm gonna let it slide, because I also know my self-worth. If I know I can yeah.
Then that way would whatever that they say personally. Yeah, that's very important.
Yeah. Okay, one karna sorry. Do we react to reality or to fear? Now, when it comes to self-worth and emotional security. And then another one is, how much of overthinking is connected to self-worth?
Much of it. In most cases, we react too quick, because of not wanting uncertainty. Okay. So immediately when there's that gap, or you don't have a response at that time, you immediately create one, you immediately react on it. And then it could be because of fear. You're not getting hold of someone, and then you for always thinking the worst, this and that could have happened, and then you start reacting. It is out of fear that I don't want to lose this person. Now that I'm not getting a hold of them, now it worries me. What if something happened to them? And then you start reacting. It's out of fear. All right. And the other thing is, when we do that, we are the human being is thinking they're actually preparing themselves for the worst. Whereas it's actually where you're supposed to think, why don't you just think, for example, or no, maybe their phone went off, that's why I can't get a hold of them,
or network issues,
but then that's how the mind thinks they're preparing themselves for the worst.
And then another one was, how much of overthinking is connected to self-worth?
A lot. Like you said, a perfect example you gave. It's important to know yourself. It's important to know your worth, so that whatever that's been said about you, whether you're there or you find out through someone that this and that was said about you in your absence or in your presence, if you know your worth, you're not going to react over just everything.
And anything.
Yes, because you know your worth, and you know, no man, this one, like you, it takes maturity, not only self-worth and maturity, to know and identify the things that you can react to. I'm bigger than this.
It's not worth it.
Yes, it's not worth putting energy in it, because remember, it takes a lot of energy for God than for you to love. So when you're at that point where you know your self-worth, and that's why I'm adding maturity as well, it's easy for you to let things slide. And motas ka tlhaloganyo, then that's nothing. It's because you know your worth. So it's very important to know your worth so that you don't react over everything.
Okay. The stories we create in our minds. But you said it again. So, yeah. And then everything is not always about you. So what I wrote here is taking responsibility for people's moods. I think there are people that do that, It's like, because now you're in a bad mood, I'm going to make it my responsibility to make sure you're in a good mood. Instead of letting you be in, let's say you're sad. Over sad. Let's say you're angry or whatever. I'm going to let you, instead of trying to take that away from you and replace it with whatever mood I think you should be in. Yeah. Assuming every energy shift involves you. Feeling responsible for emotional distance. But sometimes it happens.
When you overthink. Yes.
So maybe I'm also an overthinker, but I am not the
intense one.
Yeah.
Please.
No, I get it already. He's an overthinker, so okay, I'm an overthinker, but
you're not in
not in the same intensity.
Yeah.
Maybe if he's on a 5, I think I'd be on a 3 or 2.
I'm quiet.
Thank you, Maria.
Can I ratings?
No, I can give an example. I think so.
Okay.
No, you shouldn't be.
I feel you being attacked too, hey?
I'm not attacking you. So, in our hand,
that you are an overthinker. No.
Okay.
No, I can, and I also agree with you're not an intense one, but yes, you are.
Okay, at least. Not at least that I'm an overthinker, I'm saying at least I'm right. So the reason why some people act out of character, but obviously we know it, is others because of stress, others burnout, mental exhaustion, family pressure, emotional overload. Some have financial issues
as well.
Yes, grief as well. So there are quite a number of things. Even the energy shift. Could be maybe we a certain scent or a certain song, or in instances of grief. Papa high or Koko high or whoever, and in that moment, and then energy shift. Actually, we obviously can't read it. And then you might assume it has to do with you, but it's not about you. It's about what they might be going through
At
in
that
that
point,
moment.
yes.
Okay. The emotional cost of taking everything personally. So what are the emotional costs of taking everything personally? Let's say right now I'm a person that takes everything, and I mean everything personally. Or homeboys, what would be the emotional costs?
It would be all the unfortunate ones. For example, you're gonna be most of the time sad because you're thinking everything is about you and you're taking it personal. If someone says something, when are you thinking already they're referring to you, and then wake chahona mola, so there isn't a way ya hore there's a positive side ya hore you take things personal. That is why do you understand? Yes, but then if you are taking things personal in a sense ya hore you want to get things done, that changes everything. Mara if it's in a negative light because you never reached out to people to say what was meant more, what did you say mean by this, you're just taking personal and concluding only one, then that will bring a lot of heaviness and negative on oneself.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So why some people become emotionally reactive. So the reason why some people are emotionally reactive and in an intense way is because some grew up in emotionally unpredictable environments. Inconsistent love, fear of being misunderstood, emotional survival mechanisms, and hypervigilance in relationships. Yeah, so I think the one year growing up in emotionally unpredictable environments in a thing like yabanahala when it comes to people, Some people who mama hanchi aba emotionally reactive and then now oh, but okay, maybe this is how we go about life, and then why adapt, and then so would you say it's a thing where you can unlearn? Let's say I grew up being emotionally reactive, né? And then now I'm in my 30s. Can I learn that?
Yes, you can. But you need to be aware of it first.
Definitely.
Yes, because now once you are like that, what will happen is that it will start affecting your relationships, and then there'll be a trend. Yeah, or maybe it can be friendships or romantic relationship. Differ in a maybe specific pattern or a certain pattern or I get that's where you pause and say, Mare, why is this happening? And then you see I'm being like unpredictable out of the blue for no reason. Then the next question would be, where could it be coming from? And then you see maybe you've adopted it from someone who was supposed to be your role model. And then once you're there, then that's when you like, how do I unlearn this? How do I want to be in friendships and relationships? And then you can relearn it or unlearn it and then adopt new patterns in life.
Yeah, how you can, but it might be difficult. I'm also thinking, or maybe some people, they don't want to be aware of it. And then when you tell them, immediately, some are over emotionally responsive again.
Yes, and defensive. Yes. So that's why it has to get to a point where an individual becomes aware of it. Yes, because if we're not but if it's someone who would maybe later on early one go back and reflect, then but if they don't wanna maybe reflect on what was said about them, of which I think we should sometimes, because that's how we can grow. If somebody tells you when you have this and that pattern, go back and check and are they there or are they not there, and then take it from there. If you are not that person, then it means unfortunately you will wait until maybe because now it will hit patterns until you stop and actually look at it. Yes.
Okay, learning to pause before assuming. So I think it also goes back to learning to pause before reacting. Because now if you constantly rush to assume, then get on a long flop, but sometimes you can pause and then a clear mind and a steady mind, you can offer clear answers and like share now with whatever comes. Then in that way, right. Letting people exist without internalizing everything. So just goes back to allow people to be sad, to be tired, to be mentally or emotionally exhausted without making it about you. Because it's not, but yeah. Finding peace in uncertainty.
Shame.
Renga
Don't
shi.
get a shame.
Okay, so this before you share with
Okay,
us the nuggets,
okay.
this is what I wrote. Learning to sit with the unknown, even though it's difficult, right? Okay, not needing immediate reassurance, right? And then emotional maturity, okay, you said it, and emotional regulation.
Okay, so human beings have a fear of the unknown. Ne? Unfortunately or sadly, that's why most people fail in life, because if one wants to attempt something and then already they're thinking, what if it doesn't work? What if, and therefore they stop and not attempt what they wish to. So that is now they stopped because of the fear of the unknown. All right. So there's someone if or what if it doesn't work, and not what if it works. Why? But so I feel like that is a push. Yeah, okay, there's only one way to find out. Let's go and do it, and then what comes out, because you cannot answer what if it doesn't work.
Yeah, for sure.
And you cannot say because they're saying what if it works, therefore it will work. So there's only one way to go and find out.
Which is
so
doing it.
yes, which is doing it. So the fear of unknown is there. Human beings are scared of it, and it's something that's there in life. So calm yourself down, all right, and be okay with the fact that at this point you don't know. All right. And once you're there, it's like you actually trying to do something that you said is not easy, trying to be calm in the unknown. You don't know, but then now at the same time you must calm yourself down. So that's where you gather your strength up and say, I'm going for the unknown. So that's how you beat the fear of the unknown.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it might be out of topic, but I wanted to ask if, can we say, is this the reason why we have less entrepreneurs actually? Because of people are not comfortable with
The fear of the unknown.
Yeah, they have the fear of unknown. So hence we have a bit or less entrepreneurs. Could it be one of the reasons? Actually, it is actually. Yeah. It's not karao. But yeah, that's the case, right?
That's 100% correct. I'm glad to garage.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I think it's also out of topic happening.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking of I'm thinking like career wise and all that in school and even parents, well, they also have that fear, and then they instill it more money in a way. Or go and study this because this one, when you're done, you'll secure a job.
Yeah.
Or sharp or more comfortable. So, but when you want to do something they don't know it, then you scare them. Yeah. So I think
It's funny and interesting at the same time that you talk about that careers and things. I was talking to this teenager, he said he wanted to be a pilot, but it's dangerous. So because of that, now he wants to rethink it.
Yeah.
So I said, what is not dangerous that you think you can do?
Yeah.
So that is the fear of unknown. Like it's like, hey, what if plane ya tima kwale? And then king ega steaming for the fact that you're riding in a car. No, anything can happen. So go for your dreams and make sure that you fight that fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So that is the number one reason we have less entrepreneurs. So I wish people can just say, because there's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah. I think it also, as the one that I saw, about age. That on the previous episode, we spoke about this thing of going back to school when you in your 30s or whatever.
Yeah.
there's a thing yo, I can't go back to school. I'm 30 now.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna graduate when I'm 34, 36. So that person's like, yeah, in the next coming 6 years you'll still be 36, and then what? You're not gonna have that degree, so rather just go back to school.
Do it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Just do it.
No, there's that.
Okay.
Tater in the building.
Okay, release it or retain it, game edition. If someone's energy changes, does it automatically mean it's about you?
Wait, do you have to say? It's not a matter of yes or no.
You can say yes or no, but yes, ring, release, no, retain.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
Pentium 4, yeah. No, release.
Okay, release.
But it goes both ways.
Okay.
It could be that someone's mood has changed. It could be because of you. It could not be because of you.
Okay.
Yes, so
Yeah,
best
50-50.
find out.
Okay. What's a life coach? Do you need
Yes.
That's
What
that's
must you
what
do?
it means.
What must you do? Thank
Fuck
you.
it, fuck it.
Yeah?
No, I'm saying that's why we need her. That's why we need her.
Oh, yeah. Do you need constant reassurance to feel... Okay, you need constant reassurance to feel emotionally safe.
You need to release.
Yeah, release.
Okay, release. Does overthinking actually protect you from getting hurt? Hi, Mandela, I didn't release it or retain it, but yeah. like come on, I know who I am. Yeah, okay.
What's going on?
You know, like, it's alright.
Because there's no way. Yeah, no, like this is legit. Like it's put in a way where it's questions instead of a statement. Release or retain it. Like
So you were
Any
not
other
a
day.
Pentium 4 at the end.
I was not actually. I was not. You more make emphasize.
yeah, but gosh, that's fine. But yeah, I think we're done because respect. Okay, thank you for watching the episode. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, to hit the like button, and leave a comment. Until next time,
Yeah.
bye.
Mm.